I mean, there really is nothing like it. There is nothing like a normal week in the wonderful world of Algerian football. We are the only country that can lose to Mauritania and then try and appoint Zinedine Zidane in the same week. What is going on here? Now, I told you earlier that L'Équipe reported that Algeria made the approach to Zizou and that he turned it down, which is from L'Équipe, a very respectable French publication. But another French publication, RMC Sport I think it's called, are saying that further talks are going to take place between Zidane's entourage and the Algerian Football Federation over the managerial appointment of Zinedine Zidane. What is going on here? Apparently the meeting is scheduled to take place this weekend, and there is great pressure from Zidane's father, Farid. I don't know what his name is actually. Is it Farid? I can't remember. And his brother to take the job. But Zidane himself is not too keen. I still think he wants the French job after Deschamps does the Euros. Anyway, this is mad. You're going for a man that has turned down Manchester United twice to take charge of the team that just lost to Mauritania. What's going on here? Now, of course, there is a unique personal connection because Zinedine Zidane is of Algerian descent through his parents. If you're Kabylie and your dad tells you to do something, you kind of listen to him. Is that what's going to happen with Zidane? I'm not too sure. He might be a unique circumstance. This is really weird. I don't know what's going on anymore. You've got one newspaper saying he's rejected it. You've got another one saying he's going to talk to the French. I'm not being funny, but if your dad's Kabylie, you don't go against his wish. You don't go against his word, or you're getting slapped and whooshed. So what's going on here? Zidane obviously managed Real Madrid more than once now and won the Champions League multiple times. There is no doubt in the credentials. He was effectively the best manager in the world at one point for a long while. He got this crazy run where he never lost a Champions League game, and we know Algeria love an unbeaten run that gets us nowhere. What's going on? Could Zidane really be Algeria manager? I'm still very sceptical. If he manages Algeria, that essentially rules out his chances of ever managing France, which naturally you think he's going to do one day. Why has he not picked up a job yet? Probably because he's waiting for France. But if he took Algeria, what a redemption arc this could be. In terms of the salary, there's no doubting that Algeria could afford to pay his wages. Of course he'd want more than Belmadi, but we're happy to pay that. We're about to give Belmadi probably €2 million just to pay him off. Zidane's salary wouldn't be a problem, and Belmadi himself was the most paid coach in the whole of Africa. So it's not about not being able to afford him. Like I said, the personal connection with his extended family and the country, again, and he has been to Algeria a few times, Zinedine Zidane, that personal connection, again, not a problem. The main issue, I think, is the journalists and the media, which seem to hound out a manager as soon as they don't like him, and crappy outlets like DZ Foot and all these crappy journalists that barely can string a sentence together. They try and say a word in English and they struggle. This is the problem. Could you imagine Zidane with like a faulty chair or 10 microphones in his face or these dodgy refereeing decisions? It's just the external factors like that that I think could put him off. To get Zidane in the job would be quite extraordinary. I mean, you see today Jurgen Klopp announced he's leaving Liverpool. That's the sort of job you'd expect Zidane to be linked to, not us. But I'm going to stick to my guns and say I can't see it happening. I'm very openly and gladly welcoming the fact to be proved wrong. I would love nothing better to be proved wrong and see him holding the shirt, welcome Zizou. I'd love to be proved wrong. Please, if ever I want to be proved wrong, this is the time. But in my opinion, because it's my channel, I'm giving my opinion, I cannot see it happening. You cannot appoint the guy after we've just had that group stage exit and ask Zizou to take over and make him train in Sidi Moussa and that pitch in Baraki. I just can't see it. But let's be on the other side of the argument and say Zidane becomes manager. The bloody scenes. You've got Zizou in the dugout who probably could step in to the midfield still now and still be better than Zerouki, right? The flipping manager will be a better baller than Zerouki and he's in the dugout in his 40s or his 50s or whatever. Wow, what a guy. And you know what? He wouldn't take crap from anyone. You do not disrespect Zidane in the dressing room. His aura and his presence, like, you don't want to let him down. You almost were scared to let him down. That's going to give you even an extra push. And I know a lot of Algerians want the manager to be Algerian, as many national teams seem to do better when it is a local coach. It effectively is. So that's another positive as well. But this is extraordinary, but I still reckon unlikely. You could throw all the money at him. It's not about the money. He's got a heartfelt, vested interest in this Zidane. It's about the process and the optics, and with the way African football works and the state of the media within Algeria, it's very hard to pull a man like Zidane. I mean, it's not impossible. You've seen Seydorf manage Cameroon. Other legends have managed African nations. It's not out of the question. But is it going to happen? Only time will tell. Do you think it's going to happen? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.